he managed. "I said I own this airline," she repeated, her tone calm but firm. "And because you were willing to help me when it would have cost you your flight, I want to make sure you reach your destination today." She waved toward a private check-in counter and made a call. Within moments, an airline staff member approached Marcus and escorted him to a private vehicle that would take him directly to the next plane, bypassing the usual delays. Marcus could hardly believe what was happening. All this time, he had worried about being late, stressed over missing his meeting, and yet here was an outcome he could never have imagined. The woman had turned a simple act of kindness into an extraordinary opportunity. As the vehicle sped toward the private plane, Marcus reflected on the irony of the situation. He had missed his flight, yet he had gained far more than he had lost. The experience reaffirmed a lesson he had always known but rarely practiced in his busy life: genuine compassion carries its own unexpected rewards. When he finally boarded the plane, the woman gave him a reassuring nod. "Remember," she said, "the world always finds a way to reward those who do good without expecting anything in return." Marcus sat back, overwhelmed with gratitude, and realized that his life had changed not because he had reached a meeting on time, but because he had chosen to see the humanity in someone else. By the time the plane took off, Marcus knew one thing for certain: acts of kindness, no matter how small, could ripple out in ways that were impossible to predict. And that morning, in helping a stranger, he had discovered a truth far more valuable than any business deal he could have attended. Jamal was the kind of man who never hesitated when he saw someone in need. That morning, he was on his way to catch an important flight, carrying a briefcase filled with documents for a business presentation that could define his career. The airport was a blur of hurried travelers, rolling luggage, and the constant hum of announcements. Jamal was moving quickly, mentally rehearsing his pitch, when he noticed an elderly woman struggling with a heavy bag. Most people would have ignored her, focused on their own schedules, but Jamal felt a tug at his conscience. Without a second thought, he approached her. "Excuse me, ma'am, can I help you with that?" he asked politely. The woman looked up, surprised but relieved. "Oh, bless you, young man. Yes, I could use a hand," she said, handing him the bag. Jamal took it carefully, making sure it wasn't too heavy for him to carry while still navigating the crowded terminal. As they walked together, he asked if she needed to get somewhere specific. She explained that she was trying to reach the other side of the airport to catch her own flight but had underestimated the weight of her luggage. Jamal offered to help her all the way, feeling it was the right thing to do, even though he knew he was cutting it close to his own departure.